So the first thing you need to do is you need to do the adjustments for the debtors control. So now if I look, my debtors control is 65,500. I'm writing off debt 500. Would that make my debtors more or less? Less. So you agree with me that my debtors is now 65,000. That's the first step. You bring your debtors to date. Second step, you times your debtors with the percentage bad debts that you want to provide for. Okay? And the answer you get here, we say this is my new provision for bad debt, the new one. So how much is that? 65 times 5% gives me 3250. Okay. In other words, if I have to do the note in the balance sheet now, so the note in the balance sheet, I will literally say debtors control is now 65 less provision for bad debts 3250 gives me net debtors control, which is 05
617.
Huh?
61750.
Okay. But now I want to see how much did the provision change. So I'm going to subtract the old provision for bad debts. In other words, the 25. Okay? So can you see it was 25. I want it to be 325. So I'm going to increase it with what? 750. Okay, and that is my provision for bad debt adjustment. Okay, and because I have to increase it, it's going to be an expense. So when I go to my income statement, did they show me an income statement? No. So if I go to my income statement, under operating expenses, I'm going to have provision for bad debts adjustment 750. Okay, everybody with me? Okay, so let's do the next one. Next one, exactly the same steps, but what's happening now is we want the provision to become less. So now they say, I've got a debtors control 61, a provision for bad debts. Receive an EFT of 300. So I'm going to follow the same steps. I'm going to adjust the debtors control. Okay? So if I adjust the debtors control, I will say 61,200. We receive an EFT for 300. So we're going to subtract it because the debtor's debt is decreasing. The estate paid 50 cents in the rand. Write off the balance of the account. Okay. So now, let's see. If I say 300, I want to know what is 50 from the 50 because they gave me 50 and I want 50. Can you see it's also 300? Okay. So what is my debtors now?
606.
Okay. Now we sold the old typewriter at carry value to Mojo on credit. So now his debt becomes more. So it gives me 61. So now I got my debtors control. Everybody with me? I need to adjust to 5% of the debtors. So what's my new provision?
3.050.
What's the old one?
3.
3250. So can you see this is going to give me minus 200, making this a income. Okay. So in my income statement under operating income, I will have provision for bad debts adjustment 200. Okay. In my balance sheet under receivables, I will have debtors control 61 less provision for bad debt bracket 3050 because I want the new one, and then I have my net debtors control 9 minus 3 is 6. No, come on. 5. Thank you. Okay, and that's provision for bad debts. And since most of